Hello, everybody. This is Tara Moats, author of The Beginning. Uh, I am going to start where I left off last time with my book. Ashley was on her way home after going to her National Go Live campaign that she had at work. So here we go. Almost home. One last store before I get there. Anything I need? No. I hate going grocery shopping more than anything else. I am so fortunate that they have delivery services now that can deliver whatever you want. Groceries, alcohol, anything really. I am in heaven, I thought, smiling to myself. I never have to leave home again. I am sure my therapist would find something wrong with that. Kathy is always telling me to put myself out there, get back on the horse. She is all about old cliches. Hell, I have not ridden a horse in years. I don't care what they say. Just because you fall off does not mean that you should get back on. Sometimes maybe it's a sign that maybe you should stay off. Guess that is why I fired her and have never bothered to find her replacement, the therapist or the ex-girlfriend. Finally home, the phone is ringing off the hook, of course. I have no plans to answer that one either. I know it is Manny. I am once more safe from the insanity and confusion that lurks around every corner of the openness outside my home. Sometimes I ask myself, how did I get here? What brought me to this moment in time where I would rather be alone than to share time with people? I am not sure how to answer that. I have never really been a very social person. I have always had difficulty fitting in. I did at least try to fit in when I was with someone. Maybe it was my youth, when I last felt that I belonged, when I still had Cassie. Whoever I was with, their friends became my friends, at least for the short time we were together. Oh, sure, occasionally one of those friends would continue with me on my journey, but mostly they shifted back to the ex. I had a stronger friendship base in the past. Past is the key word. Smiling as I listened to myself. Indeed, what would my ex-therapist say about all this conversation in my head? Enough. That is enough. It's time to move on to the next challenge and get my things ready for the trip back home. I do not know why I obsess over the past so much. I know that if we do not reflect on what was wrong, we are doomed to repeat it. How does that work if the things that go wrong are never the same? Everyone has different issues. Not all baggage is the same. Baggage. That is what our issues are called nowadays. Used to be problems, then issues, now it's baggage. I'm tired of dealing with everyone else's baggage. When can you finally let go and just be? What is it that makes life so hard that even loving someone is a chore? Here I go again. It's like a bad rerun that I'm destined to play out. No, truly, I am not playing the same rerun repeatedly. I am, however, replaying my role in what went wrong. I play it through my mind to try and figure out where I went wrong. But it would seem that my error is the type of person I choose to become involved with. Overbearing, underachiever, and overcompensator, you name it. Is it fear or shame? What is the real reason for the choices of partners I make? The one thing I do know is I am too tired to keep trying. I guess that is part of the reason why I have become a shut-in, and I really do not like people all that much. Too much fakeness, too much keeping up with the Joneses, whoever the hell they are. Just too damn much. I have never understood why people can't just be themselves. Do people hate themselves so much or think so little of themselves that they must constantly play the role of someone else, anyone else? Then there is the other. No, I do not want to go there. It will just give me the creeps again. Oh hell, too late. I must be losing my mind. I feel as though at times someone is watching me, following me. And even when I am alone in my home sleeping, I can feel a presence. I suppose that is the real reason that I hide from the world. I have become scared of my own shadow ever since the assault. My common sense tells me that not everything is what it appears to be. I try to always be rational. Keep in mind that I do live in reality most of the time. I laugh to myself, a nervous kind of laughter that sounds unreal to me. If my ex-therapist heard me talk like that, she would have me committed. Sometimes I would swear that I have seen someone watching me. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch a glimpse of a woman, but only for a second. She is always in the shadows, dark and never speaking. I have tried to get her to speak to me. Is she a ghost, maybe? Can ghosts talk? I do not know if ghosts talk, but this one does not. She stays in the shadows, just far enough away that I can't make out any of her features. I do not feel as though she is a threatening spirit. Most of the time, I feel as though she is watching over me and protecting me. Damn good thing my ex-therapist is not around. Okay, now I'm freaking myself out. My breathing impulse have increased. My eyes dart from one end of the room to the other. My anxiety is increasing. Calm down, I tell myself. As I continue to scan the room, I can clearly see that there is nothing or no one there. My breathing slowing first, then my heart rate slowing. This is my life now, moments of panic for no apparent reason. Why, I was not sure, but I refused to let it rule me forever. Time to stop this craziness and get packed for my trip back home. What to pack? It may be cool at times, especially when I trek into the mountains. Then the trip to the reservation promises to be a cool day, going even further into the mountains, the higher elevations. Comfortable walking shoes are a must. I do not want to take too much, but then again, I do not want to have to buy anything while I'm there. A couple of weeks' worth of clothes should be enough. I am sure if I wanted to stay longer, my boss would not object. That is not going to happen, though. I cannot imagine anything that would cause me to stay away from home longer. Panic is starting to well up in my throat. I can feel the hairs on my neck starting to stand up. Is someone there? I slowly looked around the room, holding my last breath without realizing it. Now, slowly letting the breath out as I see that I am still alone, I continued with packing and thinking of my trip, which causes my breathing impulse to increase again. The thought of having to travel and be around strangers makes me hyperventilate. Slow down. Breathe in nice and slow, in through my nose and out through my mouth. I must find a way to control these episodes. I never used to behave this way. I was once a normal person. If you told me a few years ago that this is how my life was going to be, I would have told you were full of shit. How can so much change in such a short time? I used to go out with friends, hang out at the beach, and do things in public. Now the thought of being around strangers scares the hell out of me. Strangers scare me a lot more than the thought of a ghost does. I think I would rather be stalked by a ghost in private than be out around people who can touch me, either by accident or on purpose. It is not that I have a problem with people as individuals. I have a problem with people in masses. People become unpredictable and act out when they get in groups. Add alcohol or drugs and you have a potentially lethal situation. Take people in mob situations. They do things they would normally never think or dream of, destroying property, stealing, or beating someone. There is no way to predict when you will walk into a dire situation, so it is better to stay at home. I know I must sound crazy. How can anyone be so scared of everything all the time? I have to have a pill to wake up in the morning and a pill to put me to sleep at night. If I could tolerate the horrible taste of alcohol, I would probably be a drunk. Well, probably not, as I cannot stand the thought of creating even bigger issues to deal with than the ones I already have. I don't understand how people become drunks or drug addicts. How can those things possibly make your already stressed out situation any better? Why waste money on drugs and alcohol when you are already stressing out over lack of money? See the point? It's not a common sense kind of moment for these people, but what can you do? Good thing I do not have any animals, or I would have to board them, or heaven forbid, have someone stay at my house. I cannot stand the thought of someone touching the few things that I have. Okay, time to get the house in order. All the houseplants go onto the porch. Make a note to have the mail held for 3 weeks starting tomorrow. No sense in dealing with junk mail when I first get back. Confirm with Corrine that she will stop by every other day while I'm away to make sure the house is still standing. I guess that about covers everything. Ghost in the shadows. She is so beautiful when she is sleeping. How I long to hold her in my arms and save her from her nightmares. She looks so peaceful when she first falls asleep. Then she starts tossing and turning. It is not long before she wakes herself with screaming. I am surprised the neighbors do not call the police when she screams. It sounds as though someone is trying to kill her. What gives her such nightmares? I know nothing of dreams anymore. It has been decades since I have dreamt. No fields of wild flowers or monsters to scare me. How can monsters scare me when I am the monster? Decades have passed since I have known happiness. I have waited patiently for my love to show herself to me. Oh, I have had my simple pleasures, lusted after others, but none have consumed me the way she does. When I was young and mortal, I was confident and even a little arrogant. I never allowed anything to stand in the way of what I wanted. I am fortunate that I have had so many years to grow and mellow. Years of having reflected on the mortality of the human spirit, how fragile they are, and how short their lives really are. Nothing lasts forever, even those of us who had the false bravado of being immortal. Even we can be killed, just not like those crazy fiction movies. Being here with her like this, I find myself looking back on the past and seeing the things I could have done differently. Things that would have improved the lives of others had I not been so selfish and self-absorbed. She is the first thing I feel I have gotten right in a long time. Saving her saved me, and now I am her protector for the rest of her life. Whether she will choose to love me or scorn my love forever for her, I will protect her with my life. Someone such as her should be out living life and seeing the world. I want to do that for her. I want to share a world with her, free of fear and full of life. How could I possibly come into her life right now? So many things uncertain. My world is about to burst at the seams, and I dare not open her up to that. No, this has to be enough. The moments that I can watch over her, for now, this will have to be enough. What is she doing? Why does she keep herself locked away so much? I never have difficulty finding her, as she is usually at home. I should have killed that man who assaulted her and torn him to shreds. She is so beautiful and was so full of life. I stay in the background, her protector. She thinks I am a ghost, and that is all we can have for now. I can feel something big coming, something that will change our lives forever. My world is not safe for her, nor is her own world. But I will protect her from both for as long as I can. Where is she going in such a hurry? I can feel her anxiety welling up. As her breathing quickens, I feel as though I should introduce myself to her, but how? Hi, I am the crazed woman who nearly killed the man who attacked you in the parking lot that day. No, I wasn't scared. You see, I am a vampire. Oh yeah, I can see where that would go over really well. Not. She would probably run screaming into the night and get hit by a car or something. No, it is better that I stay behind the scenes for now. We will have our moment, of that I am sure. I have not lived over 300 years for nothing. Her car has stopped, so I pull over, making sure that I am out of her sight. Looking around, I can see that she has just gone into her workplace. She rarely shows up here, so this must be a special day. There are definitely a lot of cars in the parking lot. She should be fine here for now. Besides, I know where I can easily find her later. She will be at home. Now it is time for me to return home, at least for a couple of days. So, that's that portion of my book. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the read so far. Please leave me some comments, questions. If you've actually read my book, leave me some reviews. I look forward to hearing from you. So I hope everyone has a great day. If you're not having a great day, I hope your day gets better. And if not, then there's always tomorrow.